Hello and welcome back to Ink Upon Ink. This is going to be Sing With Me #1. In the last video, what we ended up doing was drawing this picture. This is the result of it. And I'm actually pretty happy with it, and this doesn't have the background yet. I'm going to be working on that at a later time. So what I'm going to do is I will talk about what kind of song I should write and then kind of get a few ideas as to what I'm going to do, and then I'll just speed through a bit of it, and then whenever I play it back, what I will do is not speed through it and let you.
Hello, this is the future me interrupting my past self because I actually figured out that I did not mention something that I probably should have at the beginning of this, and that is that I should talk about music composition itself. So that's what I'm going to do. So, for those who do not know about music, there's the treble clef and there's the bass clef. The bass clef is for bass and tenor. The treble clef is for alto and soprano. It's also for the higher instruments. The bass clef is for the lower instruments, like trombone, baritone, euphonium, tuba, treble, things like the trumpet, flute, clarinet, saxophone, so on. Sometimes, anyway, so I'll make it really quick too. Don't worry about that. So we've got middle C, and that's the same note. That's the middle C on the piano. That's the middle C on the piano, but they're going to look different because they're in different clefs. So, and this is in the key of C major. So key signatures just mean that there are some sharps and some flats and just make the song different. So we always keep that into consideration, but for finale, I don't have to worry about that. It just does that for me automatically when I set which key signature I want it to be in. So for C major, no sharps or flats at all. Whoops, one too many. And that's a C major scale. Scales are going to be something that I use a lot, especially arpeggios, which include the notes of, well, any musician will use the notes of the scale of the key signature that they use. And so we've got, I will say this a lot, this is the tonic, this is C, and since the key signature is in C major, the C note is going to be the tonic. So we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And you don't have to necessarily know, well, yeah. The bottom line is E, the top line is F, middle line is B. But anyway, this is just like a kind of introduction if you know nothing about music. Later on, like if people show interest in wanting to learn more deeper into making music, I will make videos for that. But the other thing I'll mention too, because I say fourths a lot, or fifths, what I mean by that is that it's that many steps above the tonic. For example, a fourth would be this F, because it is the fourth note of C major. We've got the C, which is 1, D 2, E 3, F 4. So F is the fourth of the key signature. The fifth would be the G, and I talk about fifths a lot as well. So that's a brief introduction, and I will. And also, I am still working on how exactly I feel best to present all of this information and how to best set up the video when it comes to showing what I do and what I say about my thinking process. So I apologize ahead of time for that, and I want to encourage you to let me know of your opinions so that I can make these videos better. Like with the drawing one, there's actually a few things that I feel like I could have made better, and I will be doing at the next time that I work on that specific kind of video.
Kind
which I hope will be
song?
by of this week, otherwise next week, depends.
Well, first I need to pull up the picture
if I can
again.
get everything done with this sequence of 4 videos.
It's easiest for me to remember. Well,
so
not
anyway,
to remember,
back
but
to my past
self. Know what I should draw while. I mean, what I should. Anyway, so a little about the character while talking about this. He's not really sane. Well, he is sane, but he's insane at the same time. This is his attack form, I guess, because typically, Yukino is a all defensive, never attacks. He will refuse to attack even if he gets badly injured in the process. And there's only a few occasional times when he will end up attacking because of maybe something personal or a loved one that's about to die or is in grave danger, that sort of thing. So it's one of those rare times when he gets this angry and attacks, or this protective and gets to be attackful, whatnot. So with that in mind, probably an active song, gotta be, whether it be slow or whether it be fast. Something. I mean, I like triplets. I like the 7. So I'm gonna do that kind of time thing, and the time could be anything. It could just simply be 4-4-3-4-2-2-2-4. It could be 7-8. It could be whatever. It doesn't really matter. I just personally like 7-8 when it comes to active. So I'm gonna go with 7-8 as the time signature. As the time signature. Yeah. So let's see, what kind of music though? And it's all gonna have to be orchestral. Okay, so some bass, obviously. Well, not obviously, but have some kind of bass. Trombone and horn. Trombone simply because that's what I play, and because it brings out parts that some other instruments can. And the horn because of the overhead. There's French horn is just really, really nice. The gong. Okay, so while I'm doing this, so piano, we're going to, and this is Finale. You can use MuseScore. It's totally free. Maybe later I'll use MuseScore just to show how it works, even though I've never done it before, but I can always look it up. And I really like Finale, so I'm going to be doing that. So piano, so the brass, I want the horn in F and the trombone, maybe bass trombone. Let's see, let's do some tuba as well in there, although if I do tuba I might as well just get rid of the bass trombone. Let's see, horn, trombone, tuba, piano. How about some violin, viola, cello, bass? I've been using those a whole lot more than I used to. So we've got some strings, we've got horn and trombone, we've got tuba, we've got piano. Oh, my bass, that's right. My bass is My secret weapon is bagpipes. That is what I use for the bass, because it just sounds best with finale, in my opinion, for the really low bass. So we've got horn, trombone, tuba, piano, violin, strings, brass, bass, and piano. Oh, the gong, that's right. So the percussion, gong. How about some tambourine? And I might not use all of them, or there might be something that I will want to use, but this is just to get me started. And definitely cymbals. Let's do the cymbal line, not the cymbals. How about the bongo drums, or some kind of drums? How about conga? No, log drum. Log drum. I think that'll do for now. So this is going to be ink upon ink. Sing with me.
Because I'm spending too much time, and the reason for that is because I'm trying to do too many things. What I need to do personally is work on just the piano. So what I need to do is work more on just piano pieces of songs. So that's what I'll do later on. I'll only do piano music for a while. Maybe I'll have like one instrument on the side, like a violin or a viola. that feels a little more comfortable, even though it's still kind of iffy. These tonics, so yeah, it's still a little iffy, but that is actually pretty comfortable for me. So yeah, I'm gonna call it good because it's taken me far too long to do this. And like like my past future self, because at the beginning of the video you saw my future self, that was me this last night. And like I said at that time, I'm still adjusting to the videos. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do them. I just needed to have some kind of base, some kind of foundation to help me to figure out how exactly I want to go through these videos. Like with the music. I mean, while making music, what I also want to be able to do at the same time is to help teach how to write music. And just learning the piano part is the best way, in my opinion, because it goes over both the bass and the treble clefs. There's no fancy smancy transcribing or anything of the sort, and it makes it a little easier to work on and focus on talking about the deeper parts of music. And actually, with the presentation video, I might not always do a voiceover of the written part of the Write With Me, which is going to be the next video in this 4-video sequence. And I might, it depends on the music. But for this one, I'm going to do, with the short story, I'm just going to pop it up every once in a while here and there instead of going overhead, unless I change my mind. But that's what I'm going to do for now. Later on, anything can happen. So I'm going to leave it with that. And I apologize if it was kind of an iffy video. I'm working on it. It'll get better in the next 4-video sequence. So thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and I will see you next time. Later.